The Seattle Seahawks wrapped up their Friday practice for Sunday's must-win game against the 12-2 Minnesota Vikings.
That'd be a long answer. I think the best way is whatever team you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're able to execute against Coach Flores, you got to be dialed, and you got to have a good plan, obviously, because those guys play really hard, number one, and they execute their system at a really, really high level. So the stress that they create on offenses is generated by confusion and all the things that they put on tape that Coach works on. So I think it's more relative to just making sure that you guys are dialed in the game plan. Whatever you feel like you're going to be able to attack them with, you need to go at that. Is obviously a really explosive runner. So anytime you have a guy like that and you're working against a good defense and you're working just to get cracks and daylight, having a guy like Ken is obviously advantageous. Just that the daylight doesn't have to be quite as much, and he can make things happen for you off script. Obviously, a player like Geno goes down, and just his control of the offense and things like that, you just got to really try to get Sam dialed in to what you're going to be thinking in the next couple of drives and things like that, and try to find a way to get him in rhythm, which obviously Sam had a tough outing, and he wanted to do better, and he's a good player, and I think that's the biggest thing is the challenge is just trying to find a way in a situation like that where you're trying to come back to get that guy in rhythm. Like I said, that's attribute that both Olu and Jalen share is they're both very calm players. Like even when Jalen was a little off or snapped the ball early on Geno a couple times, he didn't get flustered and let the moment be too big for him. So certainly a lot to look forward to there with him as a player. I think that he can continue to develop into a really good center, because those guys, as you said, that is a stressful situation, and anytime, whether you're up or down or whatever. And I just didn't think the moment was too big for him. So him and Olu both have that quiet confidence about him. Every NFL team has different levels of health at this point. It's a long season, and I think we're plenty healthy up front, and the guys will be ready to take on the challenge. And it's good for them to have to get back on the horse on a game like this, where they know the level of play is going to have to be really, really high. He'll be ready. We've been talking about that for a while. Just when the spotlight hits him, I think he'll do a great job, and they'll rally around him. He's got good players around him, good running back. So we'll be excited. I'm pumped up for him.
Operation, us getting ready, our readiness to play, and the ability to strike blocks. And that's what I saw. I think the Packers, you can't. When you're assessing things, it's easy to you have to look at what you've done, But I think you can't discount. They came out and they had a great pace of operation. They got their cleats in the dirt and they played and then we had to speed up to that, and that's what we did. They have explosiveness all over the field. They're searching explosive plays all the time, and they do a great job of it. You see in their plays.
Had a good week of practice, exact same way. So excited about those guys.
And now about Geno, it looked like he was full the last couple of days. Was he full again today for you guys?
Yeah. Keeps getting better every day. Seems like he's in great spirits, operating the offense really well. So same picture. Excited about it.
Olu Oluwatimi, same question. Yep. Sorry, just gotta ask.
Looking good, ready to go.
Hey, Coach, Zach Charbonnet had
paper we can sign right now for 5 running back touchdowns. I'll sign that paper. Our guys, that'd be obviously great. Sean Alexander's one of the best to ever do it, but they're in a great spot. We're confident we got to go out and do it now. Shoot, our fan base and our city knows Tyler better than anybody. He's one of us. We love him. I feel the production on a day in, day out basis of what he brings in the passing game and as a leader on our team. I know the balls have found him as much, but I see it as this kind of puzzle of those, especially the three main receivers working together. Each guy, does what they do really well. And, they complement each other really well. So he makes the whole thing come alive on a day-to-day basis. So he's due for some clutch plays. Those are in there, I know that. So hopefully he'll show up this week. Targeted through the lens of how the other team operates in their system. So you're always going to be considering matchups and things like that. But we're always, all 3 phases, we're never going to be trying to wander outside of what we do. So it's always going to be systematic to us. I'm probably not the right guy to ask right now. We're looking for those. We're looking for those answers. It's one of those things that anytime there's always going to be stuff that we're chasing. We're trying to be better at. This is one of those things. So we're working through like possible solutions, how we tinker with practice, how we handle the later end of the week in terms of mindset and get ready to go play. So hopefully we'll start this game fast.
All right, so there you go. We saw some tactical videos from the coaches, how the teams line up number-wise, and then also you saw the injury report, a favorable injury report for the Seattle Seahawks. And, you know, Geno Smith, Zach Charbonnet, Ken Walker, Olu Oluwatimi are all ready to go. And look, the truth is, Geno Smith is hobbled. And Mike McDonald said it, and also Geno said it. And Geno more importantly told us on Wednesday, look, there's no player in the NFL that's 100%. That just doesn't happen because given the physicality of the game. But you know what? All the players are good to go, and it's a green light. Now, all week the talk has been about starting fast on both sides of the ball. On defense, I talked with Lieutenant Nwosu and also Devin Witherspoon just about, you know, what is the key to starting fast without overly, you know, being too aggressive. And Lieutenant said, you know, I play over here on the edge, and just important for me that when I get the call ready to go. And Devin Witherspoon said, you know what, I don't get too hyped up or too low for these games. I think it's really important. One of the things that they all said is it's important to line up quickly in the pre-snap and recognize where they are. Now, the way the Seahawks goes, the player defense, they line up, and then Mike McDonald will relay the call over to Ennis Jones, who wears the green hat, and then he will make one more adjustment on the players. The quicker the players can anticipate where the play is going to be and kind of what are the 2 or 3 plays, that adjustments that are going to be made, the quicker that they can adjust before the opposition snaps the ball. In this case, the Minnesota Vikings, who are, you know, I mean, they're on a roll. They've won 7 in a row, and they're 12-2. On offense, the key is really going to be just in terms of, you know, I talked with Abe Lucas. He said, look, you know, we just can't think too much about this. We can't overly think about this. The call's made. I have to execute with whatever players in front of me, whatever play is called. And he said that's the key. And to a man, that's what the offense has talked about in DK as well. They just said, look, we've just go out there, get the term they've been saying is get our turf on our cleats on the turf and be physical on every single play and every chance that we get. So that's going to be the key. They just, Seahawks have to execute on offense, execute on defense. They have to protect the ball, and then in turn create some turnovers. And this is probably their biggest game right now, because I know they've got a couple more. But if you can beat the Vikings, then you're trending favorably, because you got Chicago day after Christmas, and then obviously the Rams on the last game of the regular season. From the VMAC in Renton, I'm Vida Maria for the CascadiaSports.net report. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing.